Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. Nilexi. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hello, user number 198,273, your download for nil.exe has completed. This file is potentially dangerous. Would you like to protect? Yes, no. You click yes. What a mistake. Loading nil.exe. This may take a few minutes. After 5 minutes, the program loads. Hello, user. Welcome to nil.exe. This website is used for buying and selling anything. There are a few ground rules to follow, to ensure products are safe when delivered. Safety, privacy, and other rules. Please do not mention downloading or using this program to anybody. We don't want to put even more people at risk. B. To sell potentially dangerous items, i.e. explosives, viruses, multidimensional transmitter machines, etc., please mark them with a NSFU tag, not safe for use, to ensure that everybody knows what they are buying, and how stable it is. There's a lot of things you want to sell. None of them deserve a NSFU tag, but you aren't sure what some of the items even are. C. To sell items unknown to you, i.e. _972347S, RRRRRRRRRRs, S, etc., please mark them with the IUTS tag, item unknown to seller, to ensure that your item will be properly listed by our team. D. Do not list any private or personal information on this website. Anybody browsing may steal your data, and they will. The rest of the rule is on the next page, which for some reason won't load. Oh well. As you open the Sell tab, you see plenty of strange things that you have never seen before. You click on an item titled Irrigate with a NSFU tag. You start feeling a strange force pushing you to click buy. As you click it, a bar at the top of the screen reads pages have refreshed. You go back to reading Rule D. Rip you to pieces. E. Click on any items that are unknown to you. Something will make you buy it, and you and your entire house will be blown up in what is classified as a interdimensional thermoreactive explosion, which will combust, sending everything in the blast to a random dimension, which is typically hostile. Shoot. You completely disregarded E because you couldn't read it. How foolish of you! You hear your doorbell ring, and a loud screech hits your ear as your final moments end. 2 days later, a search party reaches your destroyed house, after being called by your nice neighbor. When they see the house, they knew that you were already gone. Story 2. Nate After 9. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. I'm writing this from memory because it's been a while since my last encounter with Nate, but you have to trust me here. Nate is a short and pale turbo nerd that looks unassuming by day, but after 9, he becomes someone, or should I say something different. If you hear a Discord message go off after 9, but you have no notifications, follow these very carefully. Do not check your Discord, no matter how many times it goes off. You may be tempted to turn on Do Not Disturb, but that will just empower him further. If your monitor or computer light starts flickering and or turning a shade of green, unplug them as soon as you can. Your best bet from now is to stay away from any tech, as it may give him a way in. If you own a 3D printer, set it as far away from you as you can and let it run. It will keep Nate distracted until he infects the printer as well. If you have any iPods, PDAs, or other old tech, you can use them as a defense perimeter. Set them up in a way where the screen faces out and the volume is off. You can use them as a fence. Be careful because Nate may start playing demonic music through them. If you hear the music, get into your bed and completely cover yourself with the sheets. At all times, have something between you and the floor. Nate cannot feel you if you are not touching the floor. The thicker the shield, the better. I recommend thick socks on carpet, or just staying on top of your bed. Always have some noise. I recommend an air purifier and a noisy fan. If it is silent, it won't be for long. At 10 o'clock, everything will become extremely smooth and cold. Pretend like you didn't notice a thing and casually make your way over to your bed. You can now start using your tablets, but still do not open Discord or use your computer. 10:30 is a critical time. Now you may get into bed, but you may not get out of bed until dawn, or he will come out from under your bed and slice your heel and harvest your brainstem. Even if you think nobody could fit under your bed, Nate is extremely thin and will spread like butter to fit anywhere. At midnight, you can go to sleep. I recommend you do so because at 1:30, the building will begin. He will create a being from his brainstems that will haunt you until dawn. If you see it, your best hope is a quick death. In the morning, everything will be exactly how you left it before 9, but do not be fooled, as this night, your room will not be safe. You must go to a place at least a town away to prevent him from coming again. Story 3. Rules for baking a vanilla cake. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Welcome to my cooking crew. Today, we will be baking a vanilla cake. The recipe is my dad's. He made it all the time for me when I was younger. This cake reminds you of what life was like at home, and it makes me feel warm inside. The nice feeling of waking up to a cake my mom and dad baked together. Unfortunately, she is no longer here. So, let's begin. You can only make this cake specifically at 5 AM or PM. Also, you need to have 6 lot candles in your room so she will know you are making a cake. 1.5 Do not anger my mom. She's a vengeful spirit who hates mistakes. She died years ago in an accident. When it comes to baking, she is a perfectionist and she will get very mad when mistakes are made on this cake. You making this cake for her, so make sure not to make mistakes. 2. To start the cake, take out 3 eggs and crack them into the bowl. 3. You can also only make her cake in a kitchen without mirrors or else it won't come out well. She wants the cake to be perfect. 4. Add in a cup of milk. The milk must be 2 days old or it won't come out as a cake and she will know. 5. Mix for 4 minutes exactly, then add 3 teaspoons of sugar. If you add too much your heart will stop beating. I don't know why this happens. 6. Put 2 cups of flour in, and if a hand starts to come out, give it some sugar. He is friendly, he borrows sugar all the time. If you don't give him any he will think you are mocking him and he will pull your face off. 7. Do not question or read these rules out loud. She will know, she will be very angry. 8. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees and only when odd numbers are showing on a clock, x5011, 3, 5, 7, 9. 9. Wait 11 minutes, it will be done exactly then. And place your batter in the oven. 10. Chant the words, cake be finished 5 times. 11. Your oven will start beeping, take the cake out. 12. Add 2 drops of blood into a bowl. 13. Add some cocoa powder into the bowl. As much as you want, the more you add, the stronger it is. 14. Add a cup of water. 15. Pour it out onto the cake, and spread it out evenly. 16. Take out a knife and cut the cake in half evenly. 17. If it is solid, and not soft and gooey, proceed to step 20. 18. If it is soft and gooey, evacuate your house and don't enter for 2 hours exactly. 18a. If you don't enter the house 2 hours later, you don't want to know what will happen. 19. Take 2 of the candles that are lit in your kitchen, and put them out. Only 2 of the candles. If you don't, your house will burst in flames and burn down with you in it. 20. Cut a slice and put it on a blue plate. If it is not blue you will choke to death, and place the plate on a shelf anywhere in your home. 21. Proceed to say, I offer you this as a sign of my forgiveness. If you don't, she will know. 22. I hope you enjoy baking a cake with me. Follow for more baking tutorials. See you. Story 4. I'm sorry, but you're in a lot of danger. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hey son, I'm sorry to tell you this over a text, but I'm at this moment either dead or hurting. The things that came for me wasn't me and my kin dead, sadly that includes you. Follow these rules and you have a chance against them. When you hear what most people call the house settling, be as quiet as you can and get it off the house. 1b. if you see shadows coming toward you before you can get out of the house, I'm sorry, but you will end up like me. 2. Never stay in one place. This is the big rule of you stay in one place too long they will find you, and I don't want that to happen. 3. While you're doing your day-to-day things, watch your back, they never come out in public but have other people do it for them. 4. If you see your siblings, this is the only time you can have fun with the things. Your siblings are not real, they got them already, but they're not dangerous like this, so you will have to be cautious but can still have fun. 5. If they get too close, it's too late, so either be ready or always have something to unalive yourself. I'm so sorry for putting you through this, but it is what it is. If I got out alive, I will try to find you, just hang in there. This is my first post on this subreddit, so any hello is welcome. I know these set of rules aren't that long, but I ran out of ideas. Story 5. If you've read this paper, I'm dead, but it's not too late for you. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. You might be confused right now, this is just a normal corn maze, right? Wrong. I don't know if you've been lost here for 4 minutes or 12 years, but I've been here for 50 years and I've been able to create a complete guide for the corn maze. Do not enter the corn for more than 4 seconds. If you do, then the corn will swallow you. I've seen it happen to others. This place doesn't have anyone that's been here after 2008, so I assume that's when the maze was closed for the public. If anyone claims to have came here in a year like 2011, after 2008, or 1325, before its founding in 1920, then that person is not real. Run into the corn as fast as possible. The corn will be too scared to swallow when such a being is nearby. You will never age and you will always remember when you entered and how many years have passed. No one knows why. You don't have to eat or drink. If you see any food or water, ignore it. You will not be able to kill yourself, I've tried. When you reach 50 years stuck in this place, they will not lurk in the corn anymore. They will actively leave the corn to chase you. They are always slightly faster than you. Lay down on the ground and pray that they get bored before they reach you. Could take 3 years, could take 1 minute. Every 4 days you must go into the corn for a second or two. If you don't, then they will be able to smell you and will pull you into the corn when you are too close. The corn is not predator, it is prey. It is in a symbiotic relationship with them. The predators are the ones that pretend to be human. Don't trust anyone. The pretenders are very good at being human. The rougher and less well-kept the ground gets, the closer you are to the exit. I wish I had realized this sooner. The pretenders can read and write, so don't trust any markings. 13. The corn usbaf. 14. Trust everyone. 19. The corn is bad. 40. If any corn is on your body, then remove it. 39. Eat and drink whenever you can. Story 6. Rules for the cabin. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Toby sighed as he pulled up to the cabin. He was staying at this cabin for a week. Although, his friends were nowhere to be found. A sigh escaped him, as he walked up to the door. "All right, Allison. Very funny," he said, in a dry tone as he yanked a piece of paper off the door. "A list of rules, he said, looking it over. "All right, Allison. I'll read 'em over and play your stupid game," he shouted before looking back at the paper. "Rules for our lovely cabin. Please don't be too loud when the sun sets, you don't want the residential Wendigo to find you." "A Wendigo, hey?" "Getting red creative, Allison," Toby said, stepping inside as he kept reading. 2. Please be mindful of our other guests. Don't go around shouting, please. 3. We know you're here, Tobias. Go home, Tobias. What the fuck? Toby shouted, nearly dropping the paper. He threw his bag down near the door. "Allison!" he shouted out, the paper crunching in his hand. "This isn't fun," he was cut off with a scream, as the paper fell to the floor. Rule 2 suddenly in bold. Allison pulled up to the cabin, seeing Toby's car. "Guess he got here before me," she said, walking up to the door. On the door hung a single note, she pulled it off to read. Rules for our lovely cabin. Please don't be too loud when the sun sets, you don't want the residential Wendigo to find you. 2. Please be mindful of our other guests. Don't go around shouting please. 3. The cabin is a lovely place. But please be sure to be in bed when the Wendigo goes hunting. 4. Remember to always knock on the door of the bathroom, you never know who's in there. Allison chuckled lightly, good one Toby. She said, neatly folding the paper and tucking it into her back pocket. She went out and grabbed her stuff, before heading inside. Toby! She called out, making sure she wasn't shouting. She didn't know why she felt these silly rules were important, but she assumed they were. She saw his bag by the door and picked it up. It had all his belongings, which struck her as odd. After all, he always kept his wallet in his pocket, never his bag. What did that note say? Something about being in bed when the Wendigo goes hunting. She muttered. When she looked outside it was sunset. She stepped outside to watch the beautiful sunset among these mountains, far away. She barely had time to scream, as she was suddenly snagged and made dinner. The note reappearing on the door, the third and second rules now in bold. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.